My name is Chris Lengquist, and today I want to talk to you about my initial conversations with new real estate investors and why the initial interview with these investors is very, very important for you as the real estate agent. Because the first thing you're trying to find out is this the kind of real estate investor that I want to work with? I mean, that's a very important question, as we've talked about in other videos, because some investors are just going to suck your time and other investors are going to help you make a living as a real estate agent. So the first thing I'm trying to find out is, do I want to work with this real estate agent? The second thing I'm trying to find out is, if I want to work with them, can I really help them? Can I deliver to them the goods that they need to follow their portfolio and to get to the retirement worth having that they're seeking? Because if I can't, I'm just going to let them know and maybe refer them on to another agent in another part of the country that might be able to help them do so. So some of the questions that I might ask really start with, are you currently a real estate investor? I want to know how many properties that they actually have. What are the returns they're getting? What part of the country are these properties in? And most importantly, if they're in my local market, what are the addresses of these properties? Then I can start to get a good feel for what they're looking for. So another question I'm going to ask them is how they're going to be paying for these properties. Are they going to be paying cash? Are they going to be leveraging the properties? They might be using a commercial loan or hard money loan, or they might be using a traditional conventional mortgage. Whatever that is, the reason I need to know that is because I need to know what those figures are so that I can plug them into the return sheets that I'm going to be able to do for them to help them find out if this is the right market for them and is this the right house for them. So not only do I want to know the other things I've asked about, but I want to know, are they paying cash or are they leveraging this home? Another great question to ask is what price point the property is going to be in. Are they looking for a $50,000 property, a $150,000 property, a $1,500,000 property? You as a real estate agent, it's your job to get these questions answered so that you can narrow down the focus of your search so that you can more accurately deliver to the investor what it is they're looking for. Are they going to be using professional property management, or are they going to be managing it themselves? Now, if they're a West Coast or an East Coast investor, in my particular case here in Kansas City, they're almost always going to be using professional property management. That means I might be able to turn them over to that portion of my business as well, or refer them out to a different property manager depending on what their needs and goals are. But whether or not they're going to be managing that property themselves, again, affects their return rates and whether or not I can deliver to them the kind of returns they're looking for to make my particular market worth their real estate investor dollars. A great question to ask if you have an out-of-town investor calling you is, do they have family or ties to the region? Because if they have family, that family can be your best friend or your worst enemy. But I like to work with the families because instead of the investor coming in every time you find a property, maybe the brother or the daughter or the sister can go out and look at this property and let them know whether it's worth coming in to see. Sometimes these people can be turned to if you can't get a hold of your investor in case of an emergency. These family members can help you out. So do they have ties to the local area? That's a great question to ask. A question that I like to ask investors, in addition to the other ones, is do they want single family homes or multifamily homes? Each investor is going to have a different strategy. Some might want a nice mix, some might want all singles, some might want all multis. But the point of the matter is you need to know before you start your search, are you looking for single family homes or multifamily homes? When do they want to close? Are they looking for a fast close? Is this part of a 1031? Do we have a limited amount of time to find the next property for them? Are they trying to put this into some sort of portfolio as far as a commercial loan where they're trying to close on 6 or 7 properties all at the same time? When do they want to close? How fast do they want to close is an important question, because then I can tell them whether or not I think we have the inventory at that particular time of year to deliver them what they need. I've alluded to it earlier, but are they part of a 1031 tax deferred exchange? Because if they are part of one, you're going to have a much tighter clock. And I'm going to tell you, a lot of these investors don't start on day 0. They start on day 35 and they want to have it identified by day 45. So you're going to need to know where they are in the process, if they are part of a 1031 exchange, and whether or not you can help them meet those deadlines. And of course, maybe the first question you want to ask throughout all of this is, are they currently working with another real estate agent? Because you don't want to be working with them if they've already tied up or in some sort of a contract with another real estate agent. And then you're just in the free advice situation, and that's not good for you. And it's certainly kind of abusive by them if they're already working with another agent. So get that question out of the way early and move on to the rest of the questions. Listen, I've enjoyed talking to you about real estate investing through all of these videos. And these are some of the questions that I use to boil down to the investors that I want to work with so I can provide a life for both myself and my family. And that's what you should be looking to do too. If you can't help this particular investor meet this particular set of expectations, you need to let them know as soon as possible, because not only does it save your time, it saves their time and lets them move on to try to find somebody that can help them meet the goals that they have. I'm Chris Lengquist, and I want to continue these conversations either through some of our coaching calls that we do or on a future set of videos. Thank you very much.